What's up, y'all? It's your boy Truly, and I'm here with the special guest,
DJJAHMAR.
That was good, bro.
Bro, thank you for having me. I appreciate
Bro,
you.
thanks for bro. You're my first guest on the podcast. I'm excited to have you, bro. How's your day been so far, bro? It's hot out here, bro.
Man, you know it's been a day. You know, I had the kids earlier. I'm also working on my charity event. We have the news coming out to Brothers Barbershop tomorrow. They're gonna do like a pre-story about the event, which is pretty cool and stuff like that. So I had to go over there and talk to them just to make sure, like, okay, look, they're gonna be here at this time. Just want to make sure everybody's here. And then just been running around all day today, you know.
Staying busy. It's your day off, but not really your day off, bro. You're always working. But yeah, bro, shit. So just want to let you know a little about the podcast. So Nobody Loves the DJ. Name itself is like, you know, you be turning up shows, rocking shows, doing certain things, and it's like we get the people going. To me, I like to interview people that, you know, the DJ. Nobody really talks about, like, you know, the artist. Artist has DJs. No one knows how important it is to have a artist and have a DJ right next to him. You know what I mean? So that relationship. So how I started that is just basically Nobody Loves the DJ. Just want to give like DJs the opportunity to talk about that. So appreciate you coming on the pod, bro.
Thank you.
But yeah, bro, you know, you do a lot of stuff, just not in Tucson, but everywhere. You want to give a little background about yourself too?
I've been DJing for almost 28 years now. I learned DJing from my father. He was a DJ before me. I started DJing, ironically, like my story in DJing is like crazy. Like my dad got cancer. And at the time, that's like how we paid our bills for DJing. So when I was like 16, my dad couldn't DJ anymore because he was going through like the whole like chemotherapy and the radiation on it. And it was just making him super sick. So the clubs that he was at, they were like, what about your son? Does he DJ? And he's like, my son knows the basics of it. Yeah. And they're like, well, what if we make it a deal with you? Remember at the time, I'm underage.
Yeah.
So it was like, 16. You know, like I'm at Chicago bar, like underage. And they made this deal that was crazy. Like I have to get there before everybody else gets there. And I couldn't leave until the last customer left. Oh, wow. And they would make sure, like, I'm not drinking, doing nothing. Like, literally, they had me, like, in this corner, like, you have to stay here. Yeah. You can't be wandering around here. Yeah, wow. Damn. So I started DJing, and then I ended up gaining a fan base out of it. Like, you know, most DJs in Tucson, like, you know, they start on 4th Avenue. Yeah. My story actually started on the east side. Yeah. Because when I was first getting into DJing, I was trying to break into 4th Avenue. The DJs weren't having it. Like, the OG DJs down there were just like, nah, your style doesn't fit down here. Nah, we don't really want a DJ that plays reggae. Like, it was like, bro, I went through a lot of hating it, bro. Like, it was like hard because like it was like people that I would like look up to, and I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah. And I'd always hear them talk about like, oh, they want to help other DJs. They didn't want to like help me out at all, bro. So it was just like I was kind of forced to go to like the east side. So then I was DJing at Chicago bar and another bar called the Hideout, but it's not the one on Mission. It's the other Hideout by Skate Country. Okay. Out on Sherwood Village Road, and I ended up gaining a fan base, and then after a while it was just like I had a DJ friend that was DJing on 4th Avenue, Master Monk, but he moved to Colorado, and he was just like, yo, Jamar, what are you gonna do? Like, he's like, you're gaining a hell of a fan base on the east side and stuff like that. He's like, I was like, yeah, but these 4th Avenue clubs, they not rocking with the kid though. They don't want me there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, I don't know. So then at the time, Master Monk Serato had just came out, and I'm like, I want to learn Serato. Yeah. Cause I'm still DJing like the old school way. Like I was bringing like my CD pouch to the club, and I'm playing like on CDJ. But I'm like, no, I gotta learn this. So then he was like, I'll make you a deal, Jamar. If you buy Serato, I'll teach you. And I think like I don't know if he thought like because of how expensive Serato was when it first came out. I'm talking about like the SL1 box when it first came out. Oh yeah. It was like almost like $1,000. I went out and bought it the next day, and I was like, all right. So and he was like, dang, you serious? So then he taught me and stuff like that, and then he started introducing me to some people. But still, I'm on the east side doing my thing on the east side. Yeah. So what really brought me down to 4th Avenue was that they had a reggae band. Shout out to Bass Culture reggae band, Nikki with Bass Culture. Is that because when I first approached Mr. Heads, they told me no. Yeah. They were like, nah, we don't know if your style would work here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because at the time, Mr. Heads was more like a boom bop bar. Like we're like. They're like, you know, they got people that were playing like KRS-One and them type of things there. Oh, yeah. And I'm trying to bring like more like club vibes into it. Like I'm trying to have like, shaking it off. And they're like, nah, this ain't gonna work. So they booked this reggae band at Mr. Heads. After the night went good, and the band brought me in there to play in between their sets. Okay. So then the owner, Micah, his ex-wife, was like, hey, the reggae thing didn't really work here, but who is that DJ you have? And they're like, that's DJJAHMAR. And she's like, could you give me his number? So then they tried me out there, and the first time I played there, that shit was crazy, bro. Yeah. Like everybody from the east side showed up for me. All my fans showed up for me. All my fans on the south side, and then they offered me a residency, and 13 years later, I'm
fire.
You know, I'm blessed to say like I've had a consistent residency for 13 years, and you know, being a DJ, you know how residencies.
Oh yeah, you don't see that.
That's
come
not
and go.
It's just that, you know, everything always works out like the right time with me. Like I don't force anything. Like and like the last 13 years, I've probably DJ'd at every bar on 4th Avenue that I've ever wanted to. Like I've always got like, sometimes I'll like even just put a post on Facebook. I'll be like, oh, I like to play a playground. And next thing I know, like a week later, they hit me and they're like, hey, we'd like to bring you in for this right here. And I'm like, where? And they're like, oh, at Playground. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, so it's just like, you know, I've been real blessed. You know, shout out to everybody that's supported me throughout my career, because I've had people that have been following me for years. And the blessed thing about it is that now their kids are 21, and their kids be like, they're like, my mom used to go to Chicago bar and listen to you. My mom. And I'm like, you remind me how old I am.
Don't do that. You're like, don't do that. You're all, thanks, but damn.
Yeah.
No, but that's dope, though. And that's the thing, too, is you had to really build something by yourself in order for people to be like, all right, cool. And that's usually what you have to do, you know. I had to do the same thing. As I remember I was throwing shows at, you know, you're familiar, CDs. Like CDs, I was throwing shows there. And I was, this dude, Ono, I remember we're working together.
From
and he's
Phoenix?
Like, I think he's in from Phoenix. He's from Tucson. He's back and forth. And he was like, hey, bro, like, I want to do, like, a show. Like, so that's when we started doing that. Because he was an artist himself, and he couldn't get on shows. So that's kind of how we started off. We're like, all right, cool. And shout out to CDs, bro. They were always there opening their doors. Like, hey, you can help us out with our kitchen and our bar. We'll give you your spot to, you know, really run this stuff there. So that's kind of how I started out, too. So that's dope to have, like, a spot to, like, 13 years to call home, because that's really rare, especially here in the Tucson scene. So.
Yeah, it is, bro. Like I can say, you know, like, I'm grateful to Mr. Heads. Like, they've done a lot for me and stuff like that. And it's just that, like, I feel like, especially like with the owner, Micah, shout out to Micah, like, we have like that relationship that, like, if I need something, I can go to him and be like, look, I feel like I want to do this right here. And he doesn't micromanage me on it. He's just like, all right, Jamar, break down logistics. How are you going to put together this night? And he'll be like, you know what, Jamar, I'm willing to try it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Because he knows that I'm a person that not only am I looking out for the benefit of, like, my fans, but I'm also looking out for the benefit of the bar also. Yeah.
And that's a plus. That's a win-win, because not only are you a DJ, you're a promoter, you're a host, you know, and you put together an event. You want to make it
an adult babysitter.
Yeah. No, real life, because something happens, bro. Finger gets pointed on you. And I was going to ask you, like, what do you think about that, you know, like, being a DJ and being at these clubs and being able to do this stuff? Like, do you feel like a lot of this, like, the music is the problem a lot of the time, or how do you feel about that? What's your approach on that?
To be honest with you, like, I feel like people that say, oh, the music is the problem, I feel like they're dumb. Because reality, especially with Tucson, like, Tucson has had violence at gay clubs. They've had violence at the 4th Avenue club. Like, people be like, and that's the thing about it, is that, like, we live in an era now that, because of cell phones and social media, now people see it more. But it's always been here.
Yeah.
Like, a couple weeks ago, I saw people that they were out there fighting at IBTs in the middle of the street. I'm driving by, and there's two guys out there fighting with each other, and it's just like, oh, okay, they're fighting there. Then they've had shootings down at the Hut. They've had shootings down at Maloney's. They've had it at like, they've always had something happen. So and sometimes it's not even the music. Like, you can't blame it on hip hop. Say, oh, it's only hip hop. They've had stuff happen at the country bar. They had stuff happen at Chicago bar before, years ago, on a reggae night. Yeah, they've had it. I remember the Hut. They had a bad shooting years ago that somebody shot somebody, and it was like a rock and roll night they were doing. Yeah. So I just think, like, it's kind of unfair to blame it on the music. Yeah. I feel like a lot of club owners now get comfortable making money, and then they get more relaxed on security. Yeah. And it comes down to, like, okay, now I'm gonna blame the DJ and say, oh, well, you brought, okay, but what about your business? Yeah. Like, at some point and stuff like that, like, if you don't have somebody at the door patting people down, and somebody comes in here with a gun and shoots somebody now and stuff like that, how is that my fault? Yeah. It's my job, yes, to bring people in here. It's my job to DJ, but they're not saying, hey, truly, check this out. While DJ, I need you to come off and come pat people down. That's not my job. Yeah. So you can't blame me for that. But I just think that we live in an era that it's easier to blame somebody than say, you know what, I dropped the ball. Yeah. You know, like, even like when you look at what happened at Empire Pizza, you know, shout out to them people that got shot. Like, it's a messed up situation, but in theory, it's like, at some point, like, if you're being open after hours and you're saying open hours after, and you're making money, does it make sense now, even though we're a pizza place, maybe I should have one security guard here. Maybe I should pay $50 for the night to say, just for the presence to make people feel safe. Yeah. Because does $50 really break your pocket? Yeah. And it's just like, I hear it all the time from the bar owners, like, well, the bottom line and this and that's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Because the markup on liquor. At the end of the day, they'll buy a bottle of liquor and say that say if this right here was a bottle of liquor right here, they'll sell it in the club for $250 when they know that this is a $30 bottle of liquor.
Yeah.
So 3 of them shots can pay for your security guard.
Exactly.
But it's just like, sometimes I think that greed comes in, that they're not really thinking about the safety of people. It's like, how much money can they make? Because I've seen clubs in Tucson where I know the owners personally, they don't like hip hop.
Yeah.
But then when things get hard and get rough on them and stuff like, all of a sudden now, I guess we'll do a hip hop night here.
Yeah.
But then, like, that's just Tucson, and it's sad to say, like, I want Tucson to be a more peaceful place, but being realistic, you cannot blame one genre of music for the violence in Tucson, because I remember back in the day, like Bojangles and those clubs on the south side, they were playing straight banda, cumbia, and them clubs are getting shot up.
Yep. And
people were dying, and people were getting stabbed up, all kind of stuff. And it's just like, so are you going to say, okay, all banda and cumbia is bad? You're not.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes that maybe because like hip hop attracts more in a sense of more like multicultural, more like people of like brown culture, it's easier to blame them to say, oh, they're always violent.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it in the news and stuff like that they've had music festivals that are all EDM festivals, stuff like that, and they get shot up.
Yeah.
But you never hear nobody saying, hey, let's ban EDM, let's ban EDM. They don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you look at the people that go to those things right there. So I just think, like, in reality, I think that sometimes people should take more responsibility and stop trying to blame it per se on the music. Because, being a DJ, there's been nights that I can go 100 nights and not have one incident. But people aren't going to be fair and say, hey, you know what? This was a one-time thing that happened at this thing. Yeah. All of a sudden now when one thing bad happens, oh, man, it's always ghetto people over there. Oh, it's always like... No, it's not always like that. This was a one-time incident.
Yeah.
So what about this? So shouldn't you, if you're going to talk bad about me during that one-time incident, shouldn't you praise me for the other 99 that are good?
Yeah. And
that's what I don't really like about, like, the music scene down here, is that a lot of people focus on the negative and they look somebody to blame.
Yeah. No, and then one thing that also I want to bring up is this is your 5th or 6th year for the hip hop fest. 5th year for the hip hop awards. So that you probably heard every word in the book and everything in the book, but something that I wanted to bring up to you is like, it's not you who picked the people, correct? Like it's like, cause like people will say like, oh, like the DJs downtown, like why isn't like Groovy or Posy or like these people that are there, but are you the ones that pick the DJs, or like how does that work, just so we can get that out the way?
So how the nomination works is that I don't nominate anybody. Mm-hmm. So even if I believe that Truly should be in it, I'm not writing his name on the nomination. And the reason why I'm not nominating anybody, I don't want a person to be like, oh, Truly only got on there because he's cool with Jamar. Because then I feel like that takes away from all the work that you've done. So what I do is I leave it open for everybody that they can either nominate on Instagram or they can nominate on Facebook. That it's an open poll. On the Facebook one, literally you can write yourself in on there.
Yeah.
The same thing with Instagram. You just tag the person in there on the I put up the categories, like a picture of each category, and all you do is you just tag the person in there.
Yeah.
And then we take 5 people from Instagram, the top 5 from Instagram, the top 5 from Facebook, and then that makes the final poll. Yeah. I don't vote in anything. All I'm doing is just adding them up. Yeah. And a lot of people, like, they get upset about it because they feel like, some people feel like I should just choose.
Yeah.
That I should just choose the winners. That, nah, because how did this person get it and stuff like that. But to me, the reason why I try to involve the community is that, to me, I've always been like a competitive person.
Yeah.
And I remember one year I went to the AZMT Awards, and the AZMT Awards one time was like the biggest thing for Arizona. And it was against me and DJ Pest up in Phoenix. Shout out to DJ Pest. I ended up losing DJ of the Year. I didn't get mad about it. I didn't go up there and criticize Pest. I went up there and shook his hand and said, bro, the better man won tonight. And shook his hand and said, yo, shout out to my brother DJ Pest. And I figured out in myself, like, why didn't I win? And I figured, like, well, this is a Phoenix-based award show. Maybe I need to do more stuff in Phoenix and make more people know me in Phoenix. And I spent a year doing that. And then the following year I won.
Yeah.
So it's just that, like, you can't, like, I hear it all the time, and people are like, oh, he's using the Tucson Hip Hop Awards for clout. And it's just like, sometimes I look at people, bro, and that's why I don't even respond. I'm like, how stupid can you be? Because let's be realistic. Before I was on the Tucson Hip Hop Awards, I was on Love and Hip Hop. Before I was on that, I toured with Safari for 6 years as Safari's DJ. I've gone to London with Safari. I've gone to Dubai with Safari. I've gone all over where I've even DJ'd the BET Awards. So there is no clout that the Tucson Hip Hop Awards can give me. Because here's the other thing. I produce reggae music. Mm-hmm. So if none of my artists are in it, and there really is no benefit to me. What made me start the Tucson Hip Hop Awards is that I got tired of going to Phoenix and being the only one that ever wins anything from Tucson. Yeah. They don't, and I've said this, and I've been very vocal with AZ Way Too Active, is that I feel that when a lot of these Phoenix podcasts, a lot of the Phoenix people talk about Arizona hip hop, they should just say Phoenix hip hop, because you're not talking about Arizona hip hop. Yeah. You're talking about one side of Arizona, whereas Tucson is the second biggest place in Arizona compared to Phoenix. Yeah. When you look at population wise, we're the second biggest place. Yeah. But you don't see those people come down here. You don't see them say, okay, and then when it is somebody that comes down here, it's some clown shit. Mm-hmm. They'll find somebody down here that says some real clown shit. Yeah. And then to get kind of like clickbait. Yeah. And to me, it was like, when I started Tucson Hip Hop Awards, it was to give the city something that I want a positive light on Tucson hip hop. I want us to have something to work towards. I want us to be like, yo, this is our night to shine. Yeah. Like, and honestly, like, even if, like, I tell everybody this year, like, every year when I do it, I don't know if I'm going to do it the following year. Yeah. Because, bro, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work that gets put into it.
And that's the thing, is, like, I don't have a team. Yeah. Like, everything is literally me. It's me having to pay. It's me paying for everything. It's me having to get all the polls together and stuff like that. It's me having to go find sponsors. It's me having to talk to venues. It's me having to talk to artists. It's me having to put together this slot contest. It's me doing everything that is, like, it's a lot of work. Like, it's something that takes me, like, sometimes, like, it just mentally drains you. Because it's just like, the minute, like, Jamar is everybody's best friend when they're on it, but the minute when they're not on it, it's fuck DJJAHMAR. Yeah. Oh, he didn't do this. And it's just like, oh, it's biased. It's his friend. It's not my friends winning. Yeah. And that's the thing, is, like, I've literally given awards to people on stage that me and them do not get along. Yeah. But I was just like, you know what? That's how the people voted and stuff like that. I may not agree with it, but guess what? They voted for you. Congratulations. Yeah, and you're
representing, like you said, you put it together, you're representing it. So it's like, if someone wins it and you're giving it to them, even whether you like them or not, or whether you guys have disagreements or not. So, no, yeah, because I feel like that's a lot of, like, it's people don't understand, like, how that works. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, does he pick them? Does he do that? But at the end of the day, you put up a poll. People vote on the poll.
You know, for the last 5 years, I've done videos explaining this to everybody, bro. And it's just to the point, I'm just like, all right, believe what you want to believe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had somebody that DM'd Stacks the other day and was like, yo, I don't see why this person's on the award show, but I have to compete for a slot. And Stacks is like, yeah, he's upset. I said, all right, tell him don't show up then. Yeah. I don't care. Yeah. Oh, I think you guys are doing a cash grab. And I just laughed. Like, I just started to laugh. I said, Stacks, I said, even if this slot contest, I said, explain to me how this is a cash grab. If the award show costs me over $10,000 a year to do and stuff like that, right? And I'm putting up my money, because the thing with sponsors, they're not giving you the money up front until after the show. So if I'm putting up my own money, so at the end of the day, they can back out on you at any time. Yeah. So if I'm putting up my own money, let's just say I do a slot contest and it makes $1,000 at the door, right? So where does that other $9,000 come from? $1,000 cannot keep the Tucson Hip Hop Award Show. Yeah. It's a reason why nobody has done an award show up to me, because when they go to Rialto Theater and they say, and Rialto tells them, okay, it's $4,500 to rent Rialto Theater, they're gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute. And Rialto's not looking at it in their mind. You can't go to them and say, hey, well, I'm doing this for the community. They don't care. I want to C3 charity. Yeah. So you can't go to them and try to be like, well, this, that. It's a difference between keeping a show at Brick Box and keeping a show at Rialto Theater. Yeah. And a lot of people like, and again, shout out to Run with Brick Box, because I just want to say this before I get to this next part, is that there's a lot of artists in town that if Runt didn't have Brick Box, they would not be able to do shows.
Such a stage, such a mic.
Especially when you look at, like, you know what it costs to keep your own show. You're having to pay for PA system, security, all these things you're having to pay for. And it was just like, when I came with the Tucson Hip Hop Awards, I was like, I know artists that have been rapping in Tucson for 20 years. And when I asked them, have you ever performed at Rialto? They're like, never, bro. Yeah. And I remember the first time I performed at Rialto. Like, when I was a kid, I used to go to, like, shows with my dad at Rialto. I used to always be like, yo, I'm going to be on that stage one day right there, you know? And I'm blessed that I've made good business relationships with, like, Rialto Theater, with Ryan from Phenomenon, that they'll book me for their shows and say, hey, Jamar, come over here and come DJ and stuff like that. That it's something like, I feel like Rialto's a staple. Yeah. It's like, it's a staple in Tucson. And I'm proud to say, like, probably, like, in the 5 years, like, we did, 3 years at Rialto? We've probably put, like, over 70 artists on stage at Rialto in 3 years. And it's like, that's the main thing, that it's more than just performance, it's more than winning an award. Like, I really like do my best to give Tucson, like, I brought out like Bar Talk TV. I have them doing red carpet interviews. I have 2 photographers out there taking pictures on the red carpet that even like an artist with like half a brain could be like, yo, I'm going to this right here. I can get free content pictures. Yeah. I can get free videos. I mean, I can network. I can do this. I can do that. And it's just like,
whether you're like nominated or not, you know,
like I would love to have a board that would actually be able to make those decisions and say, okay, let's go through all these. But the hard part is like every time when I reach out to somebody about it, they don't want to be a part of the board because they feel like if they become part of the board, it disqualifies them from being in the award show. So they rather win an award more than look at what's better for Tucson hip hop. Yeah. Like some of the things like I've done, like back to AZ Way Too Active. I'm gonna give you an exclusive right now. AZ Way Too Active will be at the Tucson Hip Hop Awards this year.
Fire.
And they're gonna be interviewing artists. They're gonna be speaking to artists. They're actually gonna be down here this Friday at the slot contest at Brickbox. There's over 20 artists competing on that right there. And they have a chance. And remember, these are artists that you have a chance to even link with AZ Way Too Active, and their platform is heavy.
Yeah.
Like, they interview everybody that comes to Phoenix. So it's like, my goal with the Hip Hop Awards was to bring that light down here on Tucson hip hop. Because I feel like we have a lot of talent down here. We have a lot of people that deserve to at least be heard. Yeah. You know, we have Yuck Mouth coming this year from Looney's. He's going to be hosting. Merkham's is going to be down here, too, and stuff like that. Shout out to Merkham's. I really like that dude right there.
Yeah, no, that song Phoenix is going crazy right now, and it's like, and it's funny. I saw an interview on AZ Way Too Active, and he was like, "Yo, like I moved down here to Arizona when I was 13, you know, and I'm from New York, but like he claims Arizona, and everyone's like, oh, you're from Arizona, let me send you from New York, and then now that he has a song that's, you know, getting views, getting numbers, everyone's using it. It's like, oh, you're not even from Arizona, you're from New York. And I find that funny, bro, because like I said, like he said he was a 13-year-old kid, like he had no decision on moving here, but he grew up here. You know what I mean? Like he's Arizona, so
that's like I came here when I came to Arizona when I was 6.
Yeah,
straight from Jamaica, and it was just like I laugh about it. Like I seen I seen somebody say Jamar should not be doing the Tucson Hip Hop Awards because Jamar is not from Tucson. So if I came here when I was 6 years old, and this is the common sense in my head right there, because sometimes I listen to what people say, and I'd be like, so I went to elementary school down here, went to middle school down here, went to high school down here, graduated U of A down here, went to college. So I'm like, I think I am from Arizona.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and that's the thing is like with Merkham's, like what I like about him and his work ethic is different, and he's doing the right thing. And I feel like a lot of people hate on him because they're not doing it. The reason why the Phoenix record blew up and stuff like that is that Merkham's and his team sat down and said, who are the top 60 DJs in Arizona? I'm going to call those DJs. I'm going to give all of them an exclusive. I have an exclusive version of it that he has a part in the song where he says, DJ Jamar runs a set out in Phoenix. He put all these DJs' names in the song. So, of course, they're going to play it. Yeah. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's networking with DJs.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I'm sure you hear, like, I'll be DJing in the club and somebody will come to me, you got to play my song. I'm like, bro, I'm not playing your song. I don't even know what your song is.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, I'm not doing that. Like, that's not how you network with a DJ. Like, and then the people want to be like, which I hate. Like, I feel like the world like that we live in now is like real like entitled. So all of a sudden now, if you say no, Truly's hating on me. Jamar's hating on me. Just because I told you no, I'm hating on you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is my job. I'm not playing a song that could possibly get me fired that I don't know what it is.
Exactly.
If you want to network with me, then hit me up when I'm not DJing and just say, hey, I have this song you want to check out and send me a link to it. If I like it, I'll play it.
Yeah.
Like I've heard everything when it comes to the Tucson Hip Hop Awards, bro. Oh, Jamar only puts his friends on there. Jamar only puts his artists on there. What artists do I put on there? I don't have any artists in Arizona signed to me. Yeah. All my artists, again, I repeat this for the 100th time, are Jamaican artists in Jamaica that are signed to me. I don't have any artists that's signed to me in this state at all and stuff like that. So no, I don't put my friends on there. Then somebody was like, oh, I bet people be paying him to get on. I've never charged. You can't find one artist that will say, yo, Jamar charged me to get on the Tucson Hip Hop Awards.
Yeah. And
I really could. That's the crazy thing about it. Like if I showed you some of my DMs and some of the artists that offered to pay me to get on there, and I was like, nah, bro, it don't work like that. Yeah. People are like, why you just don't take the money? Why you just don't? Yeah. Because I have my integrity that I don't believe in that right there.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just that like it's not my choice to choose who wins, whether I believe this person's the best or not. If a person goes out, like it's almost like running for president. If a person goes out there and they get their votes and stuff like that, guess what? They won. Regardless if you agree with their policies, you don't, guess what? That person, they did better campaigning. And it's just like, some artists feel like they're too big to even share the flyer. Like we had probably 120 between all the nominees this year. We had 120 nominees. Do you know I do an individual flyer for every one of them, and I DM every single one of them and say, hey, just to let you know, you made it to the finals. Here's the flyer if you want to share it.
Yeah.
Now, if you choose not to share that, and it takes me almost 2 days, like, of just sitting at the computer doing it, and like, it's hard sitting there looking at the computer all day, just like, and then having to go DJ, and I have kids. I'm trying to be a parent. Like, I try to give everybody a fair chance. Like, there's only like one person that, like, I tell everybody this right here. There's only one person that I will never allow to be a part of the Hip Hop Awards show, and I'm not even gonna say her name, but she knows what she did. Yeah. Like, she tried to bring a gun into Rialto Theater. Oh, wow. She knows exactly what she did, why at the all age show, and it messed me up because my show was an all age show, and then after that, Rialto was like, we can't do an all age show on this Hip Hop Awards anymore because of this reason right here, Jamar. Yeah. And I'm just like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you gotta be realistic. Like, I'm not even gonna argue with them about it because if I was them, they got to protect the business that they have. Yeah, exactly. And that's like one thing with me. Like, I always try to look at it from like both ways. Like, I try to take like ego out of stuff. Like, I just love music, bro. Yeah. I love this city. Like, I know a lot of people want to be like, oh, Tucson's whack, Tucson's that. Bro, I've made a lot of money down here. My kids are down here. I got married down here. Like, I really have like a different love for Tucson. Like, I always tell people, like, I think I love this city more than this city will ever love me. Yeah. And I'm cool with that. Like, I want to see Tucson have a champion artist. I want to see us have a Kendrick Lamar or a Drake that represents Tucson. Like, I want that for our city. Whether I help them get there or they go through somebody else, I want that for our city because we deserve it. Like, there's a lot of people down here that have talent. Shout out to Cash Lansky. You got Breadman P. You have Tommy Will. You have Marley B. Shout out to Marley B. He's on the award show this year too. On fire. You got Added Up Kevo, you got ASCII, you have a bunch of people that really just they do it and they work and they grind, and it's just like at some point it's like, like, when are we gonna get our time to be at the table? Yeah. When are we gonna get our chance as a city? Because I know a lot of people in Tucson that they can out-rap a lot of them Phoenix people. Yeah. Shout out to my boy Root 100. He's one of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Kyrie Doty, there's a lot of people that out here that they really have talent, and it just takes a chance is that for us as a city to come in. That's why Tucson doesn't have a rapper on the top yet. Yeah. Because Tucson itself, the average person doesn't like local hip hop down here. Yeah. They don't want to get behind somebody, and I don't know because we haven't had nobody make it yet. So it's kind of like that crab in the barrel mentality that I'm not going to get behind this person because I don't want them to I don't want them to be the first to get through the door. Yeah. But to me, it's just like, I don't mind standing there at the door and holding the door open for everybody to run in, even if it leaves me there holding the door. You get what I'm saying? Because, like, I've never, like, I'm the Tucson Hip Hop Awards, bro, and the guy at Rialto laughs at me. He's like, you're doing this again? I've never made money on it. Yeah. I always break even. Yeah. I'm lucky to break even, but I've never actually turned a profit on it. And he's like, Jamar, why you just don't go bring, like, a rapper here and just do a hip-hop show where you can make a profit? And I'm like, I just want to do this for my city. It's just something that I want to do for the city. Yeah. Like, it's just, I don't know. Maybe like, I'm obsessed with us having a rapper bust through. And I'm just like, yo, somebody got to go through because my goal with this award show, bro, that, I would love for 1 year for it to be able to be on TV. Yeah. That we could show all of Arizona, like, look, this is Tucson, you know? Yeah. Like, I just keep pushing at it. I don't know what it is, bro. It's like, it makes me happy when I see the other artists on stage, and I'm like, you know what? You deserve to be on that stage right there. Like, you're a star. Like, you belong in it. Like, I've done so much for local hip hop out here, bro, that sometimes when people say things, bro, it's like you just have like a tough skin and just ignore it because, like, I've put local hip hop artists on stages. Like, we did a stage at Pima County Fair this year. We did a secondary stage, and they didn't want to do that. The lady at first was like, Jamar, I don't know. It hasn't worked out in the past. We've had artists that they come on there, we can't have cussing on there and this and that. And I'm like, I can control that. I'm like, just give me a chance. And then now it worked out, and she was like, we can do this again next year. And it's just that I fight for Tucson hip hop. Like, I literally be like fighting for Tucson hip hop. And like
sometimes opportunities,
Yeah, sometimes it's like it gets rough because like people want to beat you down and act like like, oh, he's this, oh, he's that, and it's like, you don't really know me. Like,
Yeah.
I really like keep to myself. Like, if you like, you'll never see me argue with nobody online, because I don't believe in arguing with people online and stuff like that. But it's just like, I don't know. My dad like told me something a long time ago, and I think like if he didn't tell me this, like I probably like let it get to me more. My dad was just like, Jamar, the more popular you're gonna get, you're gonna understand this. There's two things that's gonna be guaranteed to happen. One, you're not gonna have a lot of help, because people are gonna feel like you've already made it. Mm-hmm. And two, he's like, you gotta remember that people will get up every day and they'll disrespect God. They'll talk about there ain't no God, there ain't this. And he's like, so if they're willing to diss God, who do you think you are that you're not gonna get disrespected? You're not gonna get dissed. Yeah. So sometimes I just gotta just be like, and just laugh and be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't change somebody's mind once they have their mind made up. No, 100%. Like you could have facts in front of a person, and they're gonna argue. They're gonna argue that with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's in everything in life. That's in politics. That's in relationship. That's it. You could give somebody the facts and say, look, here's a video of this person doing this right here, and they can look and they'll sit there and be like, nah, don't believe it. He don't wear blue shirts. And I'm like,
clearly he's right there. Bro.
He's right there. You know, like.
No, that's dope, but I mean, shout out to you for putting it 5 years. Like I said, it's a headache. Like you said, you're breaking even. It's like 5 years doing it, you're breaking even, still doing it, doing a show on Friday too. Like being able to do that that's a hand clap, bro. Because I put shows together and I've done that, and I'm like, damn, like, do I really want to do it again? Do I really want to break even? It's like, oh, you get a good show, you make something off of it, you're like, all right, cool, and then you do it again. It's like it's a roller coaster, you know what I mean?
Like I remember you put up a post a couple weeks ago that said, when you keep a party and the party flops, but everybody still has to get paid. Yeah. And I commented, I'm like, that's real boss moves right there. Is that when you're not giving somebody an excuse why you can't pay them. Yeah. When you're still having to go in your pocket and be like, yo, here. And you take the loss, but you make sure your team doesn't take the loss. Exactly. And that's the thing, like, what a lot of people don't understand is that, like, being a promoter, bro, is a pain in the ass. Because they think that we're at these events and we're partying, we're having a good time. No, you know when I have a good time? When I'm finally back at home and stuff like that, I'm sitting at home and I'm getting laid out in my bed. That's my good time. But like when I'm there, I'm just like, it's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you're sitting there, you're having to watch this person. Then when you finally get settled down, this person is calling you for something. Then you got this person calling you at the door because people want to come in for free. Yeah. Then you have this going on. Then this and that, and it's just like it's a bunch of stuff and a bunch of stress that what people don't understand. Yeah. All they see is that, oh yeah, his party looked lit. They seen the recap. He had a lot of women there. They had a lot of liquor there. It was fun. That's what they see right there. But they don't see what it takes behind the scenes. Yeah. They don't see you being there, having to be there 2-3 hours early to set up sound and do all these things. They don't see you when everybody's gone home and stuff like that. Like, good example. Everybody leaves Mr. Heads at, say, 2 o'clock, right? I'm still there because I bring out my own sound out there because I want to play on my sound. I'm there sometimes all 4 o'clock in the morning still packing up equipment and stuff like that. Then they have to still go home, and I don't believe in leaving my equipment in a vehicle. Now I'm having to unload all this stuff myself, and it's just like they don't see that work right there. The only thing that they see is that they had a good time. Yeah, exactly. And that's what we're for, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, damn, I still got to unload all this stuff. It's all right, cool, got to go later. That's the thing, too, is like even with like that post that I put up, like it's funny because it was going up because there are a lot of promoters who like felt that. They're like, damn. Because, bro, like even like I tried to do the Pretty Girls up in Phoenix, and like, it was good, but I didn't really promote it. I was like, oh, it's good in Tucson. It's going to do good up in Phoenix. You know what I mean? And it did okay. It did okay. And like the bar, they had fun. It was like the side bar of Cobra. But the thing is, too, is like, regardless, I booked my homie that DJs out there. I still got to pay him. I still got to make sure that if there's a tab, I got to cover that. I still got to cover my photo guy that came out. So it's like all that, and it's like, cool, like I'm able to cover all that stuff. But like I said, what am I supposed to do? Hey, we didn't make no money tonight. I was like, they still did a service. They still took care of what they had to do. Fact. So who am I to be like, you know what I mean? Like go out there and be like, I can't get you all right tonight. But you know what I mean? But it's like they're still doing their service. They're still doing that. But by the grace of God, I'm able to cover that stuff when I'm able to. So when I'm doing events and stuff like that. So, and another thing I want to talk about is you were on the Love of Hip Hop. You know, you DJ for Safari. So like, you know, doing all that stuff, traveling, doing that, and then coming back home, like, how does that make you feel? Like, do you represent, like, Tucson on the road as well? Like, oh, yeah. Bro, like, I represent, like, Tucson. Like, even when I'm in Jamaica, I represent Tucson. Like, there's a lot of people, especially, like, in the Jamaican community. If you say Arizona, they're like, yo, DJJAHMAR. And especially if you say Tucson, they're like, I know one person out there, and it's DJJAHMAR. Like, I represent Arizona. Like, yo, I love Arizona. Like, if you look at my music videos that I've done in Jamaica, I'm always wearing, like, Arizona hats and stuff like that. Like, this is my home. Like, I love it here. Like, to me, like I said, everywhere. I've lived in a lot of places. I've lived in New York. I lived in LA. I lived in Atlanta when we were shooting for Love and Hip Hop. I lived in Florida. I've lived in DC. I've lived everywhere. That to the point that I know this right here. Everywhere has its problems.
Yeah.
There's people in New York right now that are saying that this place is whack. I hate it over here. It's the most boring place in the world. That they would love to come to Arizona because it's a break from what they're used to and where they're from. And to me, it's like I'm always representing like Arizona. Like I remember one time Safari had this he had a friend and his friend said something like disrespectful me and I flipped on his friend and we got to arguing and Safari's like, yo, don't even joke with that nigga Jamar. He's like that dude's from Arizona and them Arizona West Coast dudes be different. He's like, I don't know if it's the sun getting to them, but they will fight you. He's like, don't even joke with him. They just be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, I love it. Like I love it out here, bro. Like I tell everybody this right here. Like if I was to move from Arizona like permanently, it's only one place I'm going back. I'm going back to Jamaica. Yeah, that's it. Like other than that, there's nowhere in the United States that I want to live other than Arizona.
Yeah, cool to visit. You know what I mean? Go check out these other spots. But yeah, no, I feel like even like being away from Tucson and moving away and coming back, it's like something about home. You know what I mean? I have a lot of friends too that are in the music industry that are like they're from Tucson, but they don't come back. And I'm like, yo, there's a lot of stuff back here. Y'all got to come check out and see. Like my friend Era, shout out Era. I don't know if you know Young Era, produces for like Don Tolliver.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
He does a lot of stuff in the industry and stuff like that.
I know Jay Tilt used to live down here and then he moved to Phoenix.
Yeah, Jay's out there in Phoenix.
What's that one dude that used to he lives in LA now that has dreads. He was an artist and he was out here too.
There's a couple people that come out here that when they're out here.
Mers is actually from down here.
Mers is out here,
and then he moved back to California. But I think like really and truly like a lot of people like it used to be a thing that you have to leave and go to one of these music making states to make it in music. That's prior to the internet. Now you can stay where you're at and you can make it anywhere you want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To build your fans because you have some people that they be like, you're like, where are you from? You're from South Dakota. It's like, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
But even that girl, like, shout out to her, Stella Standing Bear, perfect example right there. That girl has like a cult following, bro, and she's not from. I think she's from like Oklahoma or something like that.
Yeah.
And when you think about like hip hop, you don't think about like Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? She's from like I think the reservation of Oklahoma, and she grew with the internet. She figured out how to work the internet and stuff like that. And guess what? Now she's touring the whole world. She has a song with Paul Wall. She's doing all these things, So it's like. I think like if you really put the determination and the work in there, I feel like you can make it anywhere.
Yeah. No, it's really like you said, the internet changed that. You know what I mean? Because at first it was like you got to go to LA, you got to go to Miami, you got to go to Atlanta.
Lance Allen, that's his name. He's from Tucson and he lives in LA now.
Okay, fire.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good artists that are like here that take off that they have a different sound because I feel like Arizona's just a melting pot of different sounds. Like, I don't feel like we have.
Bro, when I learned that Arizona hip hop was doing something, I remember I went to New Mexico. Yo, they love, especially in Albuquerque, they love Arizona hip hop. Like a lot of artists like from Tucson, that's like a low key spot where they be touring up to, bro. Like I know Runt be going up there and stuff like that. Marley be going up there, and they be having sold out shows up there.
Yeah,
like they love Arizona hip hop. Like so, it's like sometimes it's like you're appreciated everywhere but home.
Yeah,
and I think like that changed for me right there when I went out loving hip hop.
Yeah,
because like literally like I was gone for like 6 months, just shooting back, and people were just following, just watching everything online and stuff like that. And then when I came back and stuff like that, like I got like a warm ovation to the point that it was just like, yeah, that's one thing. Like ain't no place better than home. Like when I be getting on these planes and stuff like that, and as soon as I land like at Tucson Airport and it comes down and stuff like that, and I look out the window, I'm like, and I see the South Side, I'm like, yes,
yeah,
I'm home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, facts.
Like I love being home, bro. Like I've had opportunities. I could have moved to Phoenix. I could pretty much go anywhere I want right now if I want to. Like, but I like it here a lot. Like, I don't want to leave here.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like my work ain't done here yet.
I feel that. Oh, that's dope. And the other day, did you end up catching that the YG in the Game versus?
I did.
What you think about that, bro?
They had this one girl that jumped upon Game on there.
Bro, Game.
And I was like, yes, Game. I was like, you know what, Game? You can't do nothing wrong in my book. Like, it was a great thing. It was a great thing for the culture. Mm-hmm. And what I liked about it, you had two Bloods up there. They were having a good time and stuff like that. Nobody was really banging on each other and stuff. Like, remember, they're from two different bloodhoods too. So that can be the same thing, like almost like Bloods and Crips. You know what I'm saying? But it was more like a celebration of West Coast music.
Yeah.
And it's like I really liked it. Like I was just like, yo, this is cool right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I hope that they do another one. Like I feel like there's a lot of like good West Coast artists out there that I would love to see go on verses. You know, I know Kendrick would never do it because he's too big for it and stuff like that. Yeah. But somebody like Schoolboy Q or J-Rock, I would love to see on there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Larry June, I would love to see on there. Like, it's people that have music that it could be fun. Yeah. I feel like they made verses fun.
Yeah, no,
it was just like I was sitting there watching, and I'm just sitting there rocking like every song. And it's like it wasn't like no shit talking to each other. It was just like, yo, this is my song. And then you got Game is over there like being like YG's hype man and singing his song, and then YG's doing the same thing for him. And I'm like, that's what hip hop is. That's love right there. Like that's like real love. Like I hope that Game and YG actually decided it'd be cool if they did an album together. Yeah, do some. And that was funny because during the beginning of it, I'm all keeping toes. I'm like, all right, YG got that one. YG got, okay, the Game got this one. And then I started just enjoying it. I'm like, bro, like, fuck all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was doing, right? Because I grew up on the Game. Like, I like the Game, but I was more of like, YG's more of my era. So, like, I'm like, oh my God, he bring me back to this part. Like, you know, YG, like the house parties and all that stuff. Game brought out RJ. I was like, oh yeah, when he brought out RJ, I was like, but there was some tension there with YG and him, bro. RJ was begging on YG out there. Yeah. Like, yo, I was like, on all of them right there, bro. I was like, RJ, calm down, don't mess up the verses. Yeah. You know what it reminded me of when 3 6 Mafia went against Bone Thugs and Harmony. Oh, bro. And they got to argue on stage. Bro, it was all that one was probably like the most like funniest, entertaining one. No, my favorite one out of all of them though, like if I was to pick one that was my favorite one, it was the Gucci Man one. Oh yeah. When Gucci when Gucci said he said, I was like, whoa. Yeah. Like no, Gucci just came out there. He's just firing shots off the rip. It was just like, but you know, the culture needs these things right here. Like we need like show that can show like if the bigger artists can get along, then the local artists should be able to get along. Yeah. Like one thing that makes me different as a DJ, like and like years ago, Prince Willie and Truth got into it, and Truth dropped a diss song on City Boys and all them and stuff like that. And Truth, I'm cool. He's like, yo, Jamar, I want you to premiere this song. I said, I'm not premiering that song. And he's like, why? I was like, bro, I don't believe in local artists dissing each other, especially when everybody's like trying to come up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So then I stayed out of it, and then Willie ended up answering back, and he's like, bro, I want you to premiere this song for me. I was like, I'm gonna tell you what I told Truth. No. Yeah. And you know what? Now the two of them are cool again. I'm friends with both of them. And both of them will tell you they'll be like, what I respect about it is that Jamar stayed out of it, and he wasn't biased to it. He wasn't like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna play one and this and that. I was just like, bro, it's dumb because to me it's like, okay, yes, people are gonna stream your diss song, but are they streaming your other songs? Yeah. And if they're not, it's just like, okay, these people aren't fans of you. They're not liking what you're doing. They just like drama. Yeah, they want to catch what's going on. Yeah, and it's just like, I don't believe I feel like if a local artist is gonna diss somebody, it should be like, go after one of these celebrities. Go after somebody that you know you could end up taking some of their crowd or do something like that. But yeah. Like go after Drake. Yeah. You know, like but I don't feel like two like local artists, like even with DJs, like I don't believe in like people will come to me sometimes and I think like the dangerous thing about having fans is that fans will sometimes like they will start shit between people. Yeah. And they'll be like, yeah, Jamar, I like you, the DJ. I don't like so and so. They suck. And I'll be quick. I'll be the first. Like, you can have stacks. You guys. I'll be the first to check them. And be like, yo, don't do that. Yeah. And they're like, no, I'm just saying. I was like, yeah, I appreciate you liking me as a DJ, but don't disrespect that person right there. I said everybody has a different DJ style. Everybody. That's what makes them unique. Everybody can't sound like Jamar. Everybody can't sound like Truly. Because if everybody sounds like Jamar and Truly, then are Jamar and Truly really special? Yeah. Everybody got to have their own style, and that's like one thing. Like I don't believe in like putting down like other DJs. Like even if it's somebody who I don't like your style and stuff like that, you're not gonna hear me say nothing bad about you. I'm like, that's just his style. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? No, especially like, and that's why I always feel like, you know, even with like people that like aren't in the scene or doing anything like that, if you never like touch like a DJ controller or anything like that, bro, like who are you to say anything? You know what I mean? Like I feel like like you said, everyone has their own style. Everyone has their own thing. It's like, you know, same thing with rapping. Like I feel like sometimes if you never even tried it or never really in the industry, like who are you to say like something about, you know, certain people? So it's all like you said, like the whole Drake and Kendrick thing. Like that was like entertainment for us. But like they knew what was going on too. You know what I mean? They both benefited from it. Yeah. Financially, they both benefited. Oh yeah. It took Kendrick out of, in a sense, like being like a mainstream underground rapper to being that guy. Yeah. You know, after that he ended up doing Super Bowl. He ended up doing all these things. It worked out good for him. It didn't really hurt Drake. Other than Drake's pride, guess what? Drake's sales still scored through the roof. He's still breaking records and stuff like that. He's still the top selling artist of this decade. So it's just like, in theory and stuff, I'll be honest with you, the way how I've seen so much things, especially when I was on Love and Hip Hop, bro. I seen them stage fights and stuff like that. That it was like, I remember one time me and Safari were on this episode, and it was an episode that A1. It was this guy named A1 that paints his fingernails black. He had a girl named Lyrica. So they were trying to run the storyline like, yo, Safari smashed Lyrica. And A1 was going to confirm to ask him, like, yo, did you smash my wife? You know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, Safari's like, all right, look, dog, they're going to do the second take. A1's going to jump up on the table and act like he's going to fight me. Yo, don't do nothing to him, Jamar. Just let him run over. He's not really trying to fight me. Yeah. Because Safari was like, me and Safari had a friend, like that was like my dog, like my ride or die right there. Yeah. It was just like, yo, that he knows like, yo, Jamar snatches.
He's going to jump up on him.
Yeah. And when I seen that right there, and I had just seen the episode the week before where he's like, yeah, I'm going to confirm. I'm believing like it's a real beef.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm thinking like it's a real beef.
Something real going on.
So after that episode was shot, they went out and they drank a beer together and they laughed, and he's like, yo, the Love and Hip Hop director, because they wear earpiece on there, so they give me an extra $5,000 if I'd have been like, when you asked me, so did you sleep with her? I'm like, man, cut.
Oh my God.
And he don't give an answer.
Yeah, they just wanted that.
That's how he shows up.
Yeah.
So it's
you want to watch it the next week.
So it's just like in life, bro. Like I just try to just stay out of drama with people, bro. Like I don't have time for it because that's why I keep myself so busy. Because I feel like it's a lot of times like people be like on Facebook and they'll be like, "Yo, you didn't see so and so said this about the hip hop awards?" And I'll be like, "No." And they're like, "How are you not seeing it? It's all over Facebook." I'm like, "Bro, I post my flyers on there and then I go back to making a flyer. I'm posting about 100 things a day. Like I don't care. Like I get it all the time. Like I have people say, "Oh, you put this artist on to perform on there. They suck." Yeah, you feel they suck, but guess what? You don't see that. I had 90 people that DM me at the start of the year talking about, "Hey, give so and so a chance on there" and stuff like that. And those are things that I look into when I'm booking. Like, you may not like them, I may not like them, but guess what? The crowd likes
people
them.
like them. Yeah.
The part of being a promoter again is giving people a show, because the award show is more than me just giving out the awards and saying everybody go home. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an actual show that we have performances, we have special guests like that come through and stuff like that to present and stuff like that. Like it's like I always say, Tucson's version of the BET Awards.
Yeah, yeah, you know, yeah. That's the way to put it. And you know, as far as Tucson, who do you think who's your top 5 like local artists? I don't want to put like who's like artists to look for. Like who's like an artist you'd be like people should start listening to, catch up on.
Cash Lansky.
Yeah. Cash has been doing
that Man of the House album and stuff like that. He has this one song on there, like, and I'll be honest with you, like, it's called "No Heart in Their Art," and it was just like when I heard that, I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I know a song is like fire, cause remember I produce like music too, and it's when I sit there, I'm like, I wish I was the producer for that song.
Yeah, that
shit is hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, for sure.
You know, Cash has always been doing a thing. Marley, Tommy Will, but you got a lot of people. Down here that like Route 100, Kid Zeno. I rock with them hard. Yeah. You know, Add It Up, Kevo, Rilla Mac, Richard Lee. You have Truth. You got Brother Joseph and Truth. They be doing gospel rap also, and I really like that right there because it's just like, you know what, it's kind of a break from like all the noise and like all the gang stuff. Like I like things that like uplift people. Yeah. You know, you got Sickness. She's a really good female artist out here. You got SBZ. She does a lot of stuff out here. You know, it's a lot of people. Lubia D. I like her a lot because she reminds me of like if you see like she's like this skinny Mexican girl, and she looks like she'd be quiet, but then when she raps, she's just like aggressive with it. She's like a Latina version of Pop Smoke. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, yo, shut. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, those are things that like shout out to Big Sis. She's another good artist out here. There's a lot of good artists out here, and it's just like Sean Harris. He's a great artist out here too. You got the OG artists out here like Ox, like Big Maradox and stuff like that. Like, Ox, yeah. It's a lot of good artists out here, but I feel like Tucson is kind of segregated. It's like, and maybe because of gang culture or whatever it is, but it's like these Bat rappers don't fuck with these gang rappers over here. These weed rappers, like, they don't fuck with these rappers over here that sing about this. And it's like, I would like, that's why when I created like the award show, like I always try to say, okay, I'm gonna get somebody from this side, somebody from this side, somebody from this side, somebody from that side. Like I always try to bring everybody together. Like literally, like it's doing what it needs to do for me. Cause like I've had rival gang members at the award show. Yeah. That it's really like on-site beef with them. But out of the respect for the award show, respect for me, they were just like, they set that shit aside for one night. And it's just like, and then I'm able to talk to them off off of the grid and be like, look, you see it wasn't no problem with you and him tonight? I'm like, y'all can keep it not being no problem with y'all. Y'all just got to be the bigger person and just be like, yo, I'm going to let this shit just die. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like nobody's bigger than the program.
Yeah.
And if music is the program, then guess what? Ain't nobody bigger than the music. So it's time to let certain little petty shit go and just focus back on the music.
That's fire. That's the way to do it, especially because like I said, you have a voice. Not only do you run the Tucson Hip Hop, you have your residencies too, where you're at every week and stuff like that. So really, like bringing people together and doing stuff, like you're a big part in that too. So people like be like, all right, cool. If we could put our beef aside for this, you know what I mean, and do it. So that's pretty fire, bro. And what events do you got coming up, bro? Before we
This Friday we have the hip hop slot contest for the hip hop awards. 2 winners are gonna win a slot to perform on. They're gonna get the two final slots. We're doing that at Brick Box from 8 o'clock until midnight. I got Mr. Heads on Saturday. Sunday we have Culture Sundays that we're doing at this Red's Tacos. We had the launch last week. It went really good. It was pretty cool and stuff like that. Mondays I'm on radio. Literally I'm DJing almost 7 days a week. Monday I have my Reggae Connection radio show with Downtown Radio. Tuesdays finally like my rest catch up on everything day.
Yeah.
Wednesday R&B Wednesday. Thursday I'm at Ovia Lounge. Like literally it's just like shit. Saturday morning I have the Tucson Raiders youth football. I'm DJing their opener too for the season. So that it's always something I have going on, bro. Like I'd be like, that's how I stay out of trouble, bro. When I stay busy, and I don't have time to get in trouble because I'm just like God.
Just staying busy with stuff.
I don't have time to argue with you right now.
Yeah, no, real life. But yeah, bro. And then also too, like one thing I wanted to say too, you got your backpack drive going on. So if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we're doing so literally last year, and I was honored by this. I didn't even know I was gonna get it. The governor and it came like kind of like back to back, and it was like cool. Like first, the Pima County Board of Supervisors, they gave me my own day. They recognized me as for what I've done in the community for the charity. We're working with students on the reservation, also working with the homeless. Like I started DJs Against Hunger 10 years ago, and literally it came out kind of like as like a joke, like, in a sense that I was in the park hanging with one of my homeboys. And I was just like, damn, bro. I'm like, it's hard being homeless. Like when I see like these people just being there, just observing it, and I'm like, I wish people would do more for them. And then my friend looked at me and was like, so what you gonna do for them? And that really like stuck hard with me. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use my platform to help people. So I changed like my whole thing. Like every time when I DJ, I take out 25% of what I make, whether a club pays or not, and I put it in an account, and I use that money to reinvest back into community.
That's fire.
So we've been doing it for 10 years. It expanded to helping the kids on the reservation. That every year I adopt this school it's called Santa Rosa Ranch on the Tohono O'odham Nation. That there's 80 kids there, and I give all of them brand new backpacks because I know what it feels like to grow up poor. Like my dad wasn't rich, and like I know what it is to have like a backpack for like 5 years, the same backpack. Yeah. And I know sometimes having a new backpack, even a new haircut with a kid, it's like it's a blessing. It gives you that confidence to feel happy in school. So it's just like, it started off that when they gave me August 5th as DJJAHMAR Day, I didn't want it to be a day that people were just praising me. I wanted it to mean something. So I changed it to DJJAHMAR's Day of Giving. So we're doing 2 charity events that day, August 5th, that in the morning I'm going to be on the reservation helping the kids with the backpacks. And then the nighttime out by Santa Rita Park, there's some people that be feeding the homeless out there. And it's probably like about a good like 100 to 150 of them that be out there.
Oh, wow.
As soon as it gets dark. So I was just like, you know what? I believe in keeping everything 100. So I bought 100 bars of soap, 100 rags.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just going to be out there just giving them out at nighttime. It's like, yo, here. Because, a lot of the stuff that like, bro, like it's been so hot down here lately and stuff like that. Like, that I'm just like, I couldn't imagine being homeless and not being able to shower.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's some people's reality. Regardless if they choose to do that, regardless if they choose to be drug addicts, that's not my business to judge people. Like, one of the things with me is that I always hope, like people always ask me, like, why do you do this, Jamar? And what I want to get out of it is simple. If God forbid I die, and I'm gonna die one day, but I have 6 kids. If one of my kids ever became homeless, I hope that somebody would see them and say, hey, that's Jamar's son or that's Jamar's daughter right there. Let me help them, because I remember his dad used to help a lot of people. Because, I'm real biblical. I believe in the Bible when they say, like, the children inherit the sins of their parents. So why can't your children inherit your blessings also? Yeah. So to me, like, that's really, like, I don't ever expect nothing back from nobody. Like, even when I help homeless people, and they're like, one day I'm gonna get you back and stuff. I just say, don't get me back. I said, if you can one day, show somebody that same love and kindness that I showed you.
Yeah.
You know, and then the second backpack drive thing kind of fell in my lap that I have a friend that owns a barbershop out here in Valencia called Brothers Barbershop. And I went in there the other day to cut my youngest son's hair. And he was like, Jamar, are you still doing your backpack drives on the reservation? He's like, but you're not doing none in town. And I was like, yeah, I was going to reach out to somebody, but the person I reached out to, they never answered me. And then he was like, well, if you want, he has like 6 barbers in there. He's like, the shop is yours, Jamar, if you want. So they, you know, shout out to them again and stuff. Shout out to Jay over there. Like, they really showed me that support where they're like, let's do it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a second one that we're going to cut 50 kids' hair and stuff like that and give them free haircuts on Sunday. But also I'm going to give every one of those kids also a backpack to say, hey, here you go, you know, have a good day. Because, bro, right now life is hard.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you got a lot of people that in Arizona that they got cut off of food stamps because it's like, and not to get political, because like Trump's new rules, they lost their food stamps. They lost their medical. And it's just like, even riding the bus can be hard. You got drug addicts on the bus that are fighting normal people on the bus. They're attacking bus drivers. They're doing these things. It's like life is hard. So if I can do something little that can make somebody's life not hard, why not do it?
Yeah.
It's just costing me time. It's not bending my arm. It's just costing me time being there. And it's just that I don't want to be known as like, say I was to die tomorrow. I could care less about the city of Tucson saying Jamar was the best DJ or anybody saying, I don't care about that. To me, I'd rather them say, with the little bit that he had, he really tried to help. He really tried to make things better in Tucson. Like, a lot of people are running down clout, bro. I'm running down a legacy, bro. Like, I wanted that when I die, I want to have a legacy like a Martin Luther King that they could say, you know what? When you talk about a DJ that gave back, he was the one that gave back right here. When you talk about a DJ that loved Tucson, this is who loved Tucson right here. Because I know, and being realistic, bro, I'm 41 years old. There is going to be a DJ that's going to pass me one day and do way more than me. Because let's be realistic. How many 50 and 60-year-old DJs do you see in the club? You don't. Unless they're like some big DJ, like a Funkmaster Flex or something like that. But this is a young man's game. So it's just like, that's why I never try to really compete with DJs, because I don't believe in it. Like, I brought out so many DJs to Mr. Heads. Yeah. Like, even the owner, that's one thing the owner would say, Jamar, like, you could easily DJ these nights by yourself. I said, I know. And he's like, every week you bring out new DJs, you give other DJs a chance, you do these things right here. And it's like, I said, why not share the love to somebody? You know, like I said, I didn't really get much help when I was coming up as a DJ. And I could really like say like, yo, I'm self-made. I could hold a chip on my shoulder and be like, you know what? I'm not helping nobody because nobody helped me. But why be like that? That doesn't make the world a better place, you know? Be the blessing to somebody else, because you never know what that person may become. And maybe one of the DJs that I do bring out, maybe they do become the biggest DJ in Tucson and stuff like that. And at least I know myself, I can say, you know what? I helped that person with their journey. I you know, and I'd be proud of it. Like, you know, like a parent that watches their child go to college, you know?
Yeah. That's dope, bro. Well, yeah, bro, I appreciate you joining, bro. And is there anything else you want to, like, plug in? Your Instagram, YouTube, anything else?
Yeah, Instagram, DJJAHMAR International. Spotify, DJJAHMAR. YouTube, DJJAHMAR. Everything's either DJJAHMAR or DJJAHMAR International. You know, I appreciate you truly, you know, especially, I just want to say shout out to you, especially what you did with Pretty Girls Love R&B. Like, bro, you created something, bro, that was like, it's more than just another party. It's something that's like branded to you, like, yo, and those are things that like I respect right there. When somebody creates something from the ground up and I can be like, yo, that's cool right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, like people like look forward to it. Like, I have people that like, they'll come to my R&B Wednesday and then they'll be like, yo, tomorrow, you know, I'm going to retreat. They love R&B that much that they're like, it's a blessing for the city. Like, we don't have to be in competition with each other. You know, we can all support each other. Like, Groovy will tell you this, like, Groovy be coming out to like my R&B every Wednesday, right? And I be shouting out, I be like, yo, make sure on Monday night, y'all go over there and see Groovy at Motown Mondays. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like, I feel like we all make Tucson great. It's not no one person. Yeah. It's everybody. Everybody does different, but guess what? That's what makes us great, because Tucson's a melting pot. Yeah. And one thing I do want to shout you out on is you were chilling with Ray J for like a whole week. you know, Ray J. You were chilling with Ray J for like a whole week, and then I got hit up, and one of his people was like, "Yo, we're trying to get Ray J out there to Cobra,
because he knew I had an R&B night. So, you know, and at first I didn't even know like he plugged it like that for real. And then bro was, oh shit, like he didn't even tell me like, oh, I'm plugging it in or anything. He just did it off the love, you know, and that's what
Sparty. Shout out to Sparty. Like he was just like, you know, when Sparty talked to me about it, because Ray J ended up recording 2 songs out here for me that we're gonna be releasing soon. Because Ray J was like, yo, I want to do a reggae song. I was like, reggae song? I was like, you don't know no damn reggae. And I guess he does know about reggae. Yeah, we did that, and then it was just like he came to Ovia Lounge, and then he came to R&B Wednesday, and then he was just like, what do you think about taking him out to Truly's event? And I was like, no, that's not a bad idea. I said, you know, I want to do that. Cause I was like, you know what, that can show people that there is no competition between the 2 R&B nights here. We both just doing our thing, and we both love music. I was like, yo, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And that's the cool thing. Like Ray J, as bad as people want to talk about Ray J did something that I gotta respect Ray J for. Ray J didn't charge me to come to Mr. Heads. He didn't charge you to come out there. He literally just was just like, yo, I want to go where Tucson music is at. I want to go to places that people have a good time. He wanted to just really be treated like a normal person down here, bro. And that was the thing right there that I've never seen like celebrities really do that. Like a lot of celebrities be on their cocky stuff like, oh, I'm not going unless I get 10 bottles, and I'm not going unless I get this and that. And it's just like Ray J was just like, it was like a vacation from him, from Hollywood being down here. He was like, he didn't want to leave. Yeah. Ray J be calling me every other week talking about, yeah, I got to come back down to. I said, dog, look here, I'm very busy right now. I don't have time for you and your antics. Stay where you at right now. Man. I said, maybe you come back down here in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Ray J. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's at Streamer University.
Yeah, he's going crazy, bro. Yeah, so I feel like right after he left here, bro, he just started like popping out everywhere and killing it.
He was telling me, he was like, bro, he's like, I needed this. He's like, now it's time for me to go to work. And I wasn't really getting it. And next thing, I was like, holy shit, this dude is everywhere. Streamer University with Kai Snat. He's doing the thing with AB and
with Dean and AB, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this dude is like 24/7. Like, he a wild boy, but you know what I'm saying? He a good person deep down. You know, if you get past like all the crazy shit he be talking about and all the antics, bro, he's a good person, bro. Yeah. And you know, I only want the best for Ray J. Like, yo, that's my brother right there. So, yo, again, shout out to Ray J.
Yeah, bro, and I appreciate you. And by the end of the year or next year, bro, we gotta put an event together, bro.
We definitely do.
It's been one of those things we gotta just put it together, bro, and let it happen, bro. Especially that we run 2 of the best R&B nights in the city. Like we gotta like really connect on something and get it going, bro. So
you know they got Jay Holiday coming out here.
Oh yeah, no, that's fire, bro. That's gonna be fire.
Yeah, I worked with him a couple times. I worked with him when R-Dub did slow jams out here at the TCC. I DJ'd that, and then in Utah with him and Young Me. He puts on a real.
People don't really know that. Jay Holiday's really like that too, bro. Like I seen at a show they're trying to test him, and he's like, "Hey, bro, don't do all that." Like,
yeah, bro, he's hood like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the first time when I worked with him at slow jams, they put him on first, and it was Amanda Perez, John B, Frankie J, and Atlantic Star. Bro, he flipped out. He was like, "Yo, people, it's just because I love music, well, I'm even going to do this shit. But niggas forget that I'm a Grammy-winning artist and stuff like that. And ain't nobody going to feel like they're going to put me out as no open artist because I'll get active. I was like, Jay Holiday? He really trying to put people to bed.
Nah, he really like that, bro. So, nah, that's cool, bro. That's going to be dope because, like, a lot of, like, especially a lot of R&B stuff, people like it here. There's not really, like, a lot of spots. Like, R&B artists don't come out here and stuff like that. Obviously, a lot of the big tours hit, like, Phoenix and stuff. So, that's going to be a dope one, bro. I think that's
and they're doing that at Reforma. That's what I like about that show right there. I'm DJing the after party for it. They're doing it up at Reforma, so you know what? I kind of like that. I feel like it takes from downtown and it takes it somewhere else. So it's like you're kind of going. It's like we're not going all the way to Phoenix, but we're going somewhere else.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
So that's what I like about that. Again, Sparty's doing that show. That is the night before the award. Yeah, the night before the award show, September 5th.
That's gonna be a busy week.
And then the following day we have Yuck Mouth and everybody down here for the Tucson Hip Hop Awards on a Sunday at 191 Tool. So. It's going to be a vibe, bro.
No, definitely, bro. And I appreciate you for coming, bro. And we're going to get this posted soon. So, appreciate y'all. Shout out DJJAHMAR for being up here. Like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you think about the podcast. Appreciate you, bro.